Welcome to Life Beyond B.S, where we ditch the belief systems and the bullshit and get real about life. Here it's about awareness, choice, and creating joy that actually lasts. No perfection, just honest talk and powerful change. I'm your host, Heather McNally, and let's get into it. Hi, everybody, and welcome back to Life Beyond B.S. I'm your host, Heather McNally, and here we go beyond the belief systems and, the bullshit that society puts on us, that we put on ourselves, and that we tend to live by. And I'm super excited for my guest today, who's my good friend, my colleague, a fellow speaker from the event that we just went to. We're going to talk about a little bit. And she also hosts her own podcast called Her Unapologetic Voice. And so Angeline and I have been able to meet through this event that we just did. And because we met virtually, we ended up meeting in person in New York City for a fun event. And then we just went to the Real and Raw Liberation in Austin, Texas this February. So we had so much fun. So I want to thank you so much for being here again, Angeline. And it's Angeline Constantinou. She is awesome. We had so much fun together. Thank you for being here.
And thank you for having me back.
Yay.
Thank you for having me back here. I'm just so happy and thrilled we met again. That's what it's all about, collaboration, isn't it? Like when you meet at an event, and not only that, but to hear your story as a headline speaker. And then I know that you watched and heard my story as a spotlight speaker. So, and I loved the event and I loved just everything about it.
Yeah,
And seeing
it was
you,
so much fun.
obviously. So much fun.
We got to connect in
off.
person. Yeah, we got to see each other in person again, which was awesome.
Yes.
So let's start with, we met through our mentor, Clare Garner, who posted for me, she posted on Facebook saying she was looking for people for her Raw and Real podcast. And I was like, oh, that's me. Raw and Real, I'm all about that. And then she asked if I was interested in attending the event in Texas. And I went on and I said, oh, I want to speak too. So I jumped in, and then I met you in our small group that we did. So tell me about how you met Clare.
Okay, I met Clare last year. So we met on social media, Facebook. She reached out to me through a mutual friend because I had spoken at an event, a mastermind event in San Diego 4 years ago. So through a mutual friend, that's how we met. She contacted me and she was just so impressed that she wanted me to speak at her first Real and Raw Liberation event in London. And 2 days prior to that, I was like actually manifesting and praying about a trip to London.
Wow.
Not only Greece, but I want to go to London. And then 2 days later, she contacted me. I'm like, whoa. I said, God and the universe are working together. I'm like, see, because I spoke it out there. So when you speak something out there, it happens.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so that happened. We talked, and I was a headline speaker. And I shared my journey of how I went from victim to victor from domestic violence. And it was an amazing event. It was at a historic hotel about an hour outside of London. And it was amazing. And I actually had booked the trip 2 days prior so I could just like get the feel of London and do a little bit of shopping and everything. But meeting her is like, wow, she's filled with a lot of passion and fire.
She is.
As you could see, you could see. And then after I spoke and I shared and everything, it was well received. And I believe after that time, she was talking about Real and Raw Liberation #2 in Austin, Texas. So that's when you and I connected because I saw that you had made a comment on her post. I can't wait. And I was like, should I really do this or not? But she contacted me. And I decided to be a spotlight speaker because I wanted to give all of you the opportunity to be headline speakers. Because I was already a headline speaker.
You were headlined, which was what, about 20 minutes or so?
20 minutes, about 20, 25 minutes, yeah.
And this time was 5, correct?
It was 5, it was 5 minutes.
You had a powerful 5 minutes. It was fantastic.
Thank you. And yours was amazing.
you. It was trying to talk about the same sort of thing, unfortunately, abuse. Mine was childhood abuse from my father,
Mm-hmm.
and anybody who's listened before probably knows. And it was a great experience because I was able to talk about what I've gone through in my life, but also how each thing changed me and how I learned and grew from each thing, which led to
Right.
why I do what I do right now.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly,
You say it, I say it, turning the pain into purpose and learning, growing from what you go through in life, right?
exactly. Same
Yeah.
thing with me. And
Yes.
when I shared my story about the $100,000 investment, which was
Mhm.
gone, I only had $20 in my purse. I was
Yeah.
like, oh my God. And I remember when I was talking, I had my talking points here, but then I put the phone down. I just
Mm.
did not look at it because I
Yeah.
didn't have to.
Right. Because you know your story. And that's the whole point of
Mm,
Claire's process is
mm.
real and raw. You talk from your heart. You know the story because it's part of who you are, but you also share things that maybe you haven't shared before, and you're comfortable with finally opening up and having that piece of vulnerability. So
Exactly.
I thought that was great. And so we've talked about Claire. There was also our other mentor, Natalia
Mhm.
Richardson, who they worked together and co-created this event. And it was a 2-day event where we had tons of speakers talking about all sorts of different things, life experience and what it taught them, sales, how you feel into your body, how you make
Exactly.
decisions. There were so many. We had dancing. We had somebody who was working with us and doing somatic breath
That was
work.
amazing.
There was so much. They had a tattoo artist, and yes, I got a tattoo. They had a chiropractor, they had mocktails, they had a
Mhm.
DJ. This event was so holistic when you talk about taking care of yourself from the inside out, really thinking about your
Exactly.
entire body, your entire being,
Mhm.
spiritually, mentally, emotionally, your work, your passions in life, moving your body, eating healthy. It was just so all encompassing. It was really amazing. So, Natalia and Claire worked together because they had met an event before. And there you go, collaboration at its finest.
Collaboration,
They
because they
created
met
this
through a
beautiful
mentor.
event for
Hmm.
all these women to come together. And the beautiful thing is when you market it for what you're looking for, you put it out into the world and you say, this is what we want to do. You bring those like-minded women to the event.
Exactly. You bring them to the event. That's it. That's it.
Yeah.
Because you're attracting those type of women. And what I loved about it was the diversion. See,
Hmm.
I'm all about cultural diversity.
Yes.
I'm all about that.
Me too.
Yeah.
It's
And
so important.
it's so important. And women just openly sharing their stories
Hmm.
like they belong there. We belonged in
Yes.
that room.
Yes.
And I've always said to be in the rooms where you're celebrated.
Hmm.
And we were celebrated.
Yeah.
We were
Every single
celebrated.
person.
Every single person, we were celebrated. We were
And
celebrated.
it didn't matter what your nationality or your
Right.
heritage. It didn't matter what language you spoke. It didn't matter what color your skin was. It didn't matter what you wore. And one of the things that they kind of marketed was it was for the wild, wealthy women. So we all kind of stepped out of our comfort zones in
Mm,
terms of what we wear to feel a
exactly.
little bit more stepped up into her, into who you're trying to be, living your life as her. And that was powerful. It was for
That
me.
was It was very powerful for me too. Because
Yeah.
I had bought, remember, I wore my red dress on Friday and it
Hmm.
was National Wear Red Day.
Yes.
See, I
And
remembered that. So
and the
you all
fun
wore
thing was
red.
we did. So the three of us that were in the
Right.
Mirror Mini Mind that Claire and Natalia ran, which they're running again, and that's so fantastic. The three of us that were consistently in this all happened to wear red. And
Hmm.
we all presented. So that it was perfect. We couldn't have planned that better, and it wasn't even planned.
It wasn't even planned,
No.
exactly. It
I've
wasn't even
always
planned.
wanted to wear the red dress up on stage, and I posted on my Facebook that I did the damn thing. Like, I've always felt like red is
Congratulations.
my color. I love red, and I would wear red shirts, but I was too afraid for a long time to step into that red dress. And so I stepped
Mm.
into the red dress, and there was a point where Claire actually went around the outdoor group
Yeah,
of women and asked everybody to slam the shame. And that was
right.
something that you were still holding on to, that you were shamed by. And even though I was just about to get up and speak, I actually did one because I wanted to get the anxiety I had in my body.
Mm,
I was excited about speaking, but I also had some anxiety still about wearing that red dress and being so bold and standing up there in a red dress
right,
in front of a white background.
right.
And I did, and I shared it, and I felt immediately the anxiety of the dress and how I looked leave
Right.
my body, and I
Yep.
owned my dress. Like it was
Yes, you
so
did own
calm.
your dress. And when you were up there on the stage, you owned the stage.
Mm, so did you. So
Thank
did
you.
you.
Thank you. Thank you.
That's, it's so powerful. Whatever message you have in this world, to be able to share that message with people from a
Mhm.
place of I've been here and I've moved to here and this is what I learned. It's so incredibly powerful. So, what made you come up talk about the story that you talked about?
It came to me because I felt like I had to release it from my
Mm,
body. Even though, like, I came to terms with it, this happened 4 years ago. Yeah. Even though I came to terms with it, there was something there. It was still there.
hmm
It was still there. And I felt like that was like me releasing it,
hmm
similar to you with the anxiety. Didn't
Yes.
have so much anxiousness. I felt calm.
hmm
And but I knew, like, as I was sharing my story and getting it out of my body, I felt so much better. Yeah, I was relieved.
Yeah,
Yeah. I
that's
felt like
great.
50,000 pounds was lifted
Ah,
off my shoulders,
you could breathe.
and you can breathe. And that's when the breakthroughs happen. The breakthroughs happen when you share that kind of real, raw, vulnerable story.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Yeah. I
Yes.
think that's so incredible. And I will say the same thing for me. Yes, speaking, but also just letting go of that shame of the shame that I ended up letting go.
For you.
Because I felt so much calmer getting up there to talk because it wasn't
Mhm.
weighing in my mind.
Right.
And that's the thing that everybody needs to understand is that we all have experiences in life. We all have our ups and downs. We all have our things that we deal with, right? And you
Right.
move forward and you get to a different place and you become more of her and you become more grounded and you become more confident because confidence comes from doing.
Exactly.
However, we all still have those moments of something still holding us back or some things in our mind or so we're
Mm.
always a work in progress.
Absolutely. We are always a work in progress.
Yeah.
And I actually see the somatic healing and doing the sound healing meditation. I've been doing that for a while.
hmm
So I did a session before I left for Austin, and I felt more calm and clear, and I was sleeping good. And I'm like, oh, now I could just share it without shame, because that's the biggest thing that, especially for women, they carry a lot of shame.
hmm
They're not conscious of it, but they don't realize that they're carrying the shame. They don't realize it. Some
Right.
do, some
It's in
don't.
there.
It's just in there, it's stuck, and it
Yeah.
just needs to get out. It
hmm
needs to be released from your body. So, one of the things that I've learned is releasing that. You feel so much better within your body, and you don't
Oh
feel
yeah.
so nervous. It's
Yeah.
called regulating your nervous system.
Right.
Yeah,
Regulating your nervous system is crazy important and you can tell when somebody's not regulated
you can tell.
sometimes because they may get like when you get super, super anxious, this is what I've noticed, and it's not everybody, so I'm not trying to generalize, but a lot of people, when they
Mm,
get super anxious or nervous, just go talk, 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 and
they
everything comes
talk.
out and it's like verbal vomit, or they shut down and
There
they
you go.
don't
There
say
you go.
anything.
There you go.
Yeah. And there's so many other things that if your nervous system isn't regulated, that you may do that you wouldn't normally do if you were regulated, if you were in a calm state. And that's where you bring up the sympathetic nervous system, which is the fight, flight, freeze.
Fight, flight, right,
Yeah.
freeze,
And
exactly.
then the parasympathetic, where it's rest and reset. And you get to
Ah,
digest and sit and take it back and look
right,
at a situation. And that's why,
exactly.
sometimes when you feel that anxiety and nervousness, it's really important to
Mm,
go through it and feel it so that you can release it from your body.
exactly, exactly. And I hope that other speakers, other event hosts implement this
Mm-hmm.
because it's important for speakers to regulate their nervous system. Not only that, but just like feeling good in their body.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you're on the stage
Oh.
and you're not feeling good or you're nervous, it's going to come out. And I noticed that this time I was not nervous at all. Now,
Mm,
when I was in London last year, it was the first time I worked with Claire. I felt I did great, but like in the beginning, I was nervous. I
mm-hmm.
stumbled a little bit on my words, but then all of a sudden it came together. But
Mm-hmm.
I felt that this time I felt different. And I've worked with Natalia, so I'm in her high frequency CEO, and she helps us. We do this type of work.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So,
Yes, they're both incredible because you've got different energies,
yeah, I
but
know.
so much brilliance from both of them.
I know.
Very different, but brilliant from both of them. So that combination of the two of them together was so incredibly powerful.
It is. It
Yeah.
is.
I felt like Claire is the visionary. She sees what you're missing. She sees where you're
Yes.
at, what you're missing, because this is where I'm at. This is where I want to go. How do I get there? And she can pull that out of you and just see it. She sees your gifts. And Natalia also can see your gifts, but she also focuses a lot more on the somatics and who you are and,
Right.
how you're moving as who you are.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Exactly. Big
So they're
difference. And
both,
she's grounded. She's
yeah.
grounded too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they both move in different ways. They complement each other so well, and they
I
brought
know.
such an amazing group of people together. So
Oh,
tell
I
me some of
know.
your favorite moments.
Oh my God. Oh, the VIP mastermind dinner the night
Oh,
before.
yes. Yes. First of all, the food was outstanding because we had a personal chef, not
Right.
trying to brag, but thank you very much.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah, he was great, but he
Yeah.
also, see, food is art.
Mm-hmm.
So kind of reminded me like when my cousin took me out to a place, a restaurant for dinner, like food is art. Like he was
Mm-hmm.
explaining all, especially with it was the sheet of halibut with the different colors.
Yes.
He's
Yes.
explaining all of that. Then the quail, how
Yes.
the concept and the art of food. And then the dessert, I was like, wow, I'm blown away. And the food was healthy,
Mm-hmm.
delicious,
Mm-hmm. Very
farm to table,
filling. Yeah.
farm to
And
table and
it was
filling it.
Yes. And it was so fun to have him and his, I don't know what they call her, sous chef or another chef, sat
Yeah.
down and they talked about how they
Mm,
came up with their concepts. But he talked so much about life. Like food is life, food is love, food is
I
a
know.
language, food is
It is.
healthy and art. So he had beautiful things to say. I loved that. That was
And
so
I love
fun.
that too. And
Yeah.
that's what people in Europe talk about. Like
Mhm.
food is life. When he
Yes.
said that, I could totally relate to that
Yes. Yes.
because I feel like in Europe, like in Greece especially, that's life. Food
Yeah.
is life.
It's life, but it's also you take your time. You
Right. You're
enjoy
not
it. You don't
right.
rush through it. Yeah. Yeah. It
Like
was so
we do
fun.
here in America. In
Hmm.
America, they give you the check even before you finish
Yeah.
eating. Like that's,
Don't rush, but and
oh
the
yeah,
hard
don't
thing is
rush. I'm like,
that turning over the table brings them their income. So they need
that's
to do that.
true.
In other countries, it's not like that. So they're like, take your time and do what you want. We're not in a rush. We're not going to rush you. I went to Ireland and
Mm,
Scotland and Germany too, all three. I mean, it's all
wow.
European style, very different. It's
Yeah.
like you're searching for your
You're
server
searching for the waiter or
to,
waitress. Oh
yeah,
yeah.
to be able to check out in 2.5 hours later.
I
You're like,
know. Oh
okay.
no, they're saying relax. Don't ask. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, Greece. If you ask for the check too early,
Yeah. And I
yeah,
love that. I love taking that time because it's about the
yeah,
food and the story of the food and everything, but it's also the connection that you're sitting
right,
with people at and you're taking your time and you're not like,
right,
all right, 45 minutes later, we're done. Let's go. Oh, I feel like crap because my stomach's too full now.
right.
Yeah.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. Like they rush you to leave.
Yeah. Yeah.
So there is a big difference. So the culture,
Hmm.
that aspect, I love that. That was my
Yeah.
favorite part. And then Friday morning when we got started, Friday
Hmm.
morning I really liked, and
Yep.
I loved the somatic work on Saturday
Oh,
morning.
yes, yes. Well, first of all, walking in Saturday, like Friday was mostly speeches, but we did have some
Speeches.
downtime to be
Yeah.
able to start connecting with people, which was beautiful. Saturday, they started it out with the sound healing.
Oh,
And
that was
that I
great.
was so excited about that. That was amazing. She
Oh,
started
yeah.
with the flute, and it was just the beautiful thing is the whole event took place outside in Texas in February. It reached up to 80 degrees, but it felt like a nice 80 degrees as opposed to the hot, humid, nasty
Right.
weather that when I'm here in Massachusetts and you're in Florida, you get
Oh,
that
I
heat
know.
and
I know.
humidity, and it's so hard. So it
It
was
was great.
beautiful. We're outside of a mansion on the land on the lake.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. That was
Trees
beautiful.
everywhere, birds chirping. It was so beautiful. And to have the sound healing session with our eyes closed,
Oh,
just
yeah.
feeling
Looking
everything.
at, like, you're not
Oh,
looking at the sun, but you're like this.
yeah. And you felt the sun like
Oh, baking.
enveloping you. And yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it was incredible. It was
And that was
incredible.
my first trip, but that was my first trip actually to Austin,
Oh, really?
Texas. And
Yeah.
staying in a mansion like that,
Oh,
like,
yes. Yeah.
oh,
Yeah. The
like
mansion, it's funny. You think of a mansion and you think like 2,000 rooms. And it was just so beautiful.
it was
And it didn't
beautiful.
feel overwhelming.
No,
It
no,
was
not at all. Not at
stunning.
all.
Yeah.
Not at all. And I was able to get my suite. My
Yes. That was
I went
beautiful.
for it.
That
I
was
went for
beautiful.
it as soon as we
Yeah.
as soon as we arrived. I
Yep.
saw it there out of the corner of my eye and I said, I'm just gonna walk in. And I did with my suitcase. And
Hmm.
it was so like for me invigorating.
Yep.
And for me, it was just like very welcoming.
Hmm.
So the owners of that property did a phenomenal job.
Yes.
Like
It's
they make you feel
gorgeous.
welcome, make
Yeah.
you feel welcomed.
Yeah.
And I can see why that Claire and Natalia selected that venue.
Hmm.
Because you also had the cottage and
Yep.
then the Silos house where we had the mastermind dinner. So I
Right.
could see why they selected that property. It's away from the city, it's away from everyone. You
Hmm.
hear the birds chirping.
Right.
Oh, yeah, especially
It
like
was, yeah, it was just
having my
amazing.
coffee in the morning was
Mm.
like, for me, that says it
Yeah.
all.
And I was able to bring my cousin with me. And this is a
Yeah.
story for another time how I met my cousin, because at 53, I've only met her in person for the first time 8 years ago. I
Right.
learned about her 10 years ago. And this was only the fifth time we've actually seen each other in person, and we stayed together. And it was so beautiful that we were able to truly connect and
Mhm.
truly be around each other for a period of time as opposed to just
Oh,
a day or a few hours in the evening. So it was a connection like no other. We are only 9 days apart in our ages, but we didn't meet until we were 45.
wow.
So it was a phenomenal experience to be able to have with her, share our time together, share stories. And we
Oh,
got matching tattoos that we planned
yes.
out
Isn't
ahead
that
of
great?
time, which was fun
Yeah.
because we're both Virgos. So we wanted some symbolism from that. We have the word breathe in the stem of what's coming out, and it's just so
It's
meaningful.
symbolic. It's
It's
symbolic.
so, yeah.
Very meaningful.
So that was huge for me. I would also say that this is something Claire said, you never know, because there was a pool and a hot tub. And
Oh,
she
yeah.
said, you never know, I might just jump in my clothes. And that was during our mastermind. And I said, well, Claire, if you do, I'll probably do it too, because I've done that before. And so I'm wearing my red sparkly
I
dress. I
know.
haven't
I
changed.
was
She had
there. I
already
had the
changed.
camera.
Yep. She had already changed, and I hadn't changed. And I said, well, she's doing it. I'm definitely doing it. So I took off
Yeah.
my sparkly sneakers. I didn't want to ruin those, but I didn't think it would ruin my dress, and it didn't. And I just jumped right in too. And it was so fun to just let yourself be free in front of this
Right.
whole area of women, and everyone's all dressed up. And I'm like, I'm jumping in. I'm going to be soaked. My
And
hair
who
is going to be
and
everywhere,
who
and I
cares?
don't care.
Right.
Actually,
That's the whole thing.
it felt freeing. It felt phenomenal, and I had been hot, so it felt
So
good
it
that
felt
way.
really good that because when Claire jumped in, I was like, oh my God.
Oh yeah,
Claire, I
that was
could
so cute.
definitely see her doing that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I've done that. I have a pool at my house, and I've done that sometimes when I would go and do a workout and it's hot summer and
A
maybe
hot
we're
summer. Oh
outside
yeah.
working out, and I'd come home and I'd be like, there's no way I can peel this off. I'm just jumping in the pool. I'm already wet.
Yeah. There you go. You're already wet,
Yeah.
sweaty,
Yeah.
and that makes you feel good.
So I think that one of the big things I got out of this whole thing was connection with women.
Me too. Me too.
And again, it didn't matter
And
the age.
love.
It didn't matter. Yes, it was so beautiful. It
Everyone
was so
hugged each
beautiful.
other and said, we love
Yes.
you.
Yes.
Yeah.
You heard I love you everywhere.
it was very liberating for me.
Yeah.
And having the dance, meeting the DJ, that was also
The DJ was amazing. And it was so funny because the whole thing changed. Like
right.
the DJ, I guess, pulled out of the whole experience. So they
Mhm.
had to find somebody last minute. And this woman stepped up and she stepped up. She
Woo!
was
She
fire.
stepped up.
She was
Yes,
fire. Yeah, she
she
was
was
great.
fire.
And we had mocktails. We had a group of women that I'm going to have to tag them in the show notes because they were amazing.
Oh yeah, definitely, definitely.
They normally do cocktails, but Claire and Natalia wanted mocktails, and their mocktails were phenomenal. They were
Oh,
so
they were.
delicious.
They
If
were.
anybody is in the Austin area and wants mocktails or cocktails, these women were sweet, were just awesome. They really put a lot of thought into what it is that they served, and they were incredible.
Oh yeah, they
Incredible.
did. They put a lot of thought. They had
Yeah.
the ginger, I think, and then
Yep.
they had
Ginger and turmeric. Yep.
yeah, that was good. And then I
That was,
had the blueberry. The blueberry
yeah.
one was delicious.
They
That
were.
was just
Everything I had
yeah,
was amazing. So
yeah.
those were great.
Natural, all natural,
Yes, all natural.
no sugar.
That's what this whole thing was about. This whole thing was about your body and your spirit and
Yeah.
everything about you being, just being out in nature, having natural things, letting yourself be free.
Yeah.
And then we had a fun surprise that Natalia's friend came in and did fire dancing for us.
Oh yeah. And I
That,
filmed that one.
well,
That
yeah.
was exciting. That
That
was
was, yeah, she was incredible.
oh
Incredible.
yeah.
And there's a picture of this huge mansion with these beautiful stairs coming down, and she did the whole thing coming down the stairs and on the stairs. It was
Oh yeah.
absolutely phenomenal. Right, I was sitting on the edge of the pool.
Right. And I wasn't too far from you, but I had
Mhm.
moved to go take a close-up look.
Yeah,
A
yeah.
close-up.
It was
And
so
she was
exciting.
phenomenal. I
Yes,
know.
yeah. I just feel like I learned so much, and I learned a lot about myself and what I want in my life
Mm,
more than I even knew. And one of the things that I discovered, and I did stay after the Real and Raw
right.
Liberation, there was a beautiful sacred immersion with a total of six of us, one of them being Natalia, who led it, Claire helped lead it, and this other woman, Jessica, helped with different things in the whole
Yes.
experience. So I got to just sit and experience it. It was absolutely incredible. And the thing I got out of it that I kept saying that just kept resonating in my head was, I am the world.
Yes.
And
That's it.
I think that goes into the real and raw liberation also because we had women from other countries,
Oh yeah.
all different, diverse ethnic backgrounds,
It's
all
all
different
about.
ages. It was
Yeah.
so
It
beautiful.
was beautiful.
Yeah. And I
I've never
learned,
experienced an event like that.
oh, I haven't
And
either.
I've gone to events. This one was top notch.
Yeah, absolutely.
Top notch. It was top
Everything
notch.
they planned. And the funny thing is, anything that didn't go the way they thought, we got
They,
something even better.
right. So the DJ that was supposed to be there who bailed out, they found this beautiful woman and she had dinner with us
Yeah.
along with her colleague. And
Yeah.
yeah, we learned a lot about their culture. Because I
Mm-hmm.
think the DJ, she's from Maldives, correct? I think she said,
Moldova, but
Yeah,
she's lived all around. She's lived in multiple
yeah,
countries. Yeah.
multiple countries. And I'm
And
like,
I think she said she spoke like five or six languages.
yeah, oh
Yeah.
yeah. I have a friend who speaks six languages.
Yeah. It's just amazing. It's
Yeah.
amazing. Yeah. Our brains are capable of so much more than we let them because we hold ourselves back. We hold ourselves back
Wow.
from feeling confident. We hold ourselves back from
Mhm.
stepping in and doing the things. And a lot of time it's from fear.
It is.
Yeah. And fear, you say it, I say it, fear is a liar.
That's right.
Yeah.
Fear is a liar
It's
because
just trying to keep you stuck.
exactly to keep you stuck. And the enemy will try to make you stuck.
Yeah.
And it's up to us to overcome that.
Right.
Overcome it's
Fear.
a
Yeah.
yeah, just trusting the process,
hmm
trusting, just
And our
trusting.
brain is literally wired to keep us safe. But
Right,
that doesn't
right.
help us grow and become happier. We have to
No, it
take
doesn't.
charge of our brain to make that happen.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly, exactly. That's huge. That's
Yeah.
huge.
So I definitely learned I am the world because, like I said, it's a story for another time, but I found out about my cousin. I found out that my heritage that I was told my ancestry was a certain thing, but it wasn't. So at 42, I found out, no, you're not. Italian and Polish. Yes, you're half like Polish, like Eastern European, but also you're Puerto Rican, you're African American,
Yeah,
you're Scottish and English and all these different things. And then I realize I am the world. Like
you
I'm
are the
everybody.
world.
And that's what we all are. So we're so much more connected than people are feeling right now. And then that people like we're human. We're the
Yes,
human race, and that is beautiful. And if we could celebrate that, we have so much more in common. It doesn't matter what age you are, it doesn't matter what color you are, it doesn't matter
right,
in terms of being, we should just be connected. That's how we were born to be, is connected.
right.
Yes, it matters, of course. I didn't mean it doesn't matter. What matters is that we're all supposed to be connected. We're all supposed to be here to help each other and to get along in terms of making this place a beautiful place and being happy and being accepting and
Mm,
being loving. And I
exactly.
think we really felt
Celebrating.
that.
I
Yeah.
felt that. I felt that there. Celebrate.
Yeah.
Let's celebrate who we are.
Right. And there was one woman who was wearing, and I forget the name of it, so I don't want to say it, but it was essentially, it was like a beaded chain across her
Yeah,
face, and there was like a bridge on her nose. And you know what? The most beautiful thing I think is asking people questions and being interested. So I asked
exactly.
her, I was like, so I'm going to be honest, I'm ignorant. I don't know what it is you're wearing, and I would love to know about it.
Mm,
People are so much more willing to talk about things if you will go up
exactly.
to them and just have an open mind and a conversation.
Oh, yeah.
And I loved the conversation about that.
Oh, yeah. And I'm sure you did. And I
Mm,
loved all the conversations that we all had
mm,
because I'm all about diversity in culture.
yes. Yes. So we're going to talk, speaking of that, we're going to go there. And I want to say I didn't get to watch it until I came home because I was in Texas for a few more days after you left. But the day you left was
Right.
Sunday, Super Bowl Sunday. And
Oh, I
the
know.
Patriots, because I'm a New England girl, the Patriots were in it. They didn't win, but that's okay. They came that far, right? So the Super Bowl's played. Tell me about, we know there's been lots of controversy, which is crazy,
Hmm.
before it even happened.
I
The
know.
whole
And I didn't
halftime
know.
show.
Right. The
So
halftime
tell
Bad
me, I
Bunny.
know, yes, you watched it. So tell me your thoughts.
Yeah. So before I get to that, I did not know who Bad Bunny was
Okay.
because I had read about it. Actually, it was on Thursday or Friday in the afternoon.
Hmm.
Bad. So, like, what is the big controversy? Like, who is this guy?
Yeah.
Okay. Puerto Rican rap star. Okay. And then all of a sudden, and I'm not being political here, so hear
Hmm.
me out because I'm all about
These
real
are
world.
facts.
This
Yeah.
is the fact. So Turning Point USA decided to do their own halftime show
Hmm.
at the same time.
Yeah.
Okay. So, anyways, so when I was in the hotel room, I was watching the Super Bowl and the Patriots were losing. Anyways, so the halftime show comes up. So I said, I'm all about God and I'm all about seeking God for advice, like
Hmm.
God, what should I do? So I actually, this is what I did. I turned on Turning Point USA on YouTube. I did that first. And the only reason I did that because there were a lot of commercials.
Hmm.
But as soon as he took the stage, as soon as the halftime show started, I put my computer away, meeting
Hmm.
in the kitchen area, lowered the volume. So then now I'm seeing like the cane, like you see all the scenery. And I
Hmm.
said, this guy's telling a story.
Hmm.
I'm all about that, you know?
Yep.
So about 7 or 8 minutes into it, about 7 minutes, it was like, this guy was like fire. But
Hmm.
he also had a message to spread. And I have a lot of Latino friends who are coaches, entrepreneurs. And after seeing the whole thing, and it was sung in Spanish,
Hmm.
the whole thing, and that was okay with me.
Hmm.
I didn't have an issue with it. In fact, in high school, we were required to take Spanish. We had to take Spanish. That was like,
Hmm.
we had to do that. When he went up there and he was singing, whatever the lyrics were, okay, there was a message there.
Hmm.
message there. So the message was that the only thing more powerful than hate is love.
Mm-hmm.
That was like, that resonated with me so much. And
Mm-hmm.
the fact that he stood in his truth. In fact, I did a video last week.
Mm-hmm.
I posted a video. He stood in his truth. He didn't shrink himself to try to fit. Okay.
Yeah.
He didn't shrink himself. In the Super Bowl halftime show, everyone, it is not meant to be a Christian show.
Mm.
That's been the history. It's not meant to be a Christian show. And
It's
I
meant
am
to
a
be
Christian.
entertainment.
It's meant to be entertainment. Like you could go back and look at Michael Jackson, you could look at Prince, and those are my two favorite halftime shows. Lamar, we were talking.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this is entertainment, everyone.
Yeah.
And God did not put us on this earth to judge people, to judge,
Mm-hmm.
including Bad Bunny.
Yeah.
Okay. He put on a performance of a lifetime. It wasn't like all about the performance. It was the message that he was spreading
Yeah.
and in being inclusive, meaning including all the countries.
Mm-hmm. And if you
And
listened, he
yes,
had everybody come out towards the end with all
right,
their
right,
flags. And
right.
these were all Latino
Mm,
countries all throughout the Americas, North America, Central America, South
right.
America. We are the Americas. So I found out, like I said, about 10 years ago that I am heritage-wise Puerto Rican.
Ah,
I did
okay.
not grow up that way. I grew up being told that I was not. And that's
Mm,
another story for another day. But I did take Spanish in high school and I've taken it since.
mm.
And so I understood a few words, but I need slower conversation to understand it all. But guess
Right,
what? It was about pulling people together. It was about
right.
unity. It was about what I was talking about just a little while ago, saying we are all one race. We are all the human race. Yes, there are different colors, all the way from what I look super
Exactly.
white today with my coloring, all the way to super dark and everywhere in between. And that's what makes this world beautiful. All the
Exactly.
cultures, all the languages, all the people. A smile is a smile, a hug is a hug, love
Right.
is love. And so I thought it was just so beautiful. And yes, the first flag he brought out was the American
It
flag.
was the American flag, yeah.
Yes.
But to
And
when, yeah, but they
but
towards
we're
the end when
blending
they're
all of
all
it.
running, like
Yeah.
when they're all running towards, because they had it was towards the end. Before he did that, he gave the Grammy Award to,
The little
that
boy.
was his younger self.
Oh, yes.
That
So
was his younger
beautiful
self. A
too.
beautiful thing. And that's what we need. That's what we need in
Right.
this world. And that's exactly what he
Right.
did.
And
He,
so the controversy, the reason I don't understand that is,
mm,
all right, so people go to the ballet. There's no lyrics, but they get out of it what they want to take out of it. They can see the beautiful
right.
storylines. They can see the drama. They can see the sadness. They can see the love. They can see all this, right? Why can't you do the same for this who somebody who speaks another language? I want to say one thing. English has not been declared the official language of the United States.
That's true.
We have people that speak everything in
Even
this
here in
country.
Florida, we have a
Um,
huge Latino community.
yeah.
Yeah.
So there's all sorts of languages. We are all
Mm.
meant to blend, to be people, to be together. And so when you watched that, you saw a wedding, you saw dancing and celebration, you saw children, you saw adults, you saw all ages
All
coming
ages.
together and being together. And that was the
Exactly.
beauty of it. That
That
was the
is the
beauty of
beauty
it.
of it. And I posted about it on Sunday night,
Yeah.
and I was receiving so much love from that.
Hmm.
But then the next day, I was boarding the plane in Nashville, and I just looked at my phone quickly, and then I saw a bunch of hate. I'm like,
Hmm.
why all of a sudden now? And then, like, when I see hate, that's ignorance.
Yeah.
You're not seeing the whole picture.
Right.
You're not seeing the whole picture. And one of them called him names, didn't call me names, but called him
Mm.
names. And then one of my friends, good friends, because I do have some protectors. So one of my good friends stepped in to just basically defend me,
Hmm.
and just explain what it was about. And this person who called Bad Bunny names, she unfriended me. And that's
Mm,
okay. It's
yeah.
okay. It's
Yep.
okay. It's not political. This is not a political thing. So
Right.
let's put that aside. Okay. And the fact
Yeah.
that, and I will say this though, but the fact that annoyed me was when President Trump basically said so many bad things about the halftime show. That's disempowering
Mm,
to us.
yeah.
That's disempowering not only to them, but for us as a nation,
Hmm.
because
Yeah.
we were built, the US was built on immigrants. My
Yeah.
parents came to the US from
Hmm.
Greece.
We're called the melting pot,
The
correct?
melting pot, correct.
So here's my thought. First of all,
Mm,
we took the land away from the indigenous people. So we meaning anybody outside of the US, anybody that did not live here, born here
right.
before everybody came over and started coming in and taking over, before the English, before everybody. And they didn't speak English.
No,
And it was taken away from them. So this land is not ours originally. It was taken, and then we all started coming here for different
exactly.
opportunities and options.
Right.
And that's where, when people say it's the melting pot, I wish it really was taken that way. I wish that people would have a tolerance to try to take and understand each other. I'm talking about everybody trying to love one another. And if you
Right.
don't like what somebody else is doing, it's not hurting you in any way, what does it matter to you?
Right. Not only that, you can flip the channel. If you don't like that,
Right.
if you didn't like that show, you had the opportunity to flip the channel to the other
Yeah.
show.
I've never seen anything like this
I know,
where
me too.
one show caused so much drama. You don't like
Oh my,
it,
it went
change
on
it.
for
You,
days.
yeah,
It,
it did.
it,
It's still
it,
going on. Here we are talking about it,
I know
no?
we're still talking about it, but
Yeah.
this is what this platform is all about, having
Mhm.
an open discussion.
Right.
And, like I said, he didn't want us to judge.
Yeah.
He wants us to love all
Love your
people.
neighbor. Love thy
Love your
neighbor.
neighbor, love
Yes.
everyone, regardless
Yes.
of their ethnicity. So I feel that Bad Bunny brought that out, that it was
Yeah.
all about love, unity, celebration of culture, their heritage, and standing ovation.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, absolutely. And the
Standing
thing is,
ovation.
right? Each of those Latino countries that he mentioned,
Hmm.
they don't all have the same culture either.
No, they don't. They don't.
Every country has its own culture, and within a country, you have different cultures and different ways of living, different thoughts, and
Different thoughts.
yeah. And so I just think that he really brought out a celebration of love, a celebration of life, and that's what I think we need to move towards is loving one another. You don't have to love everybody, but you can be kind.
Right.
You don't
And
have to
love
bring out the anger, and I don't care what
that.
side you're on. Let's instead of let's having sides, let's have one humanity, and we all
Right.
want the best for each other.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
Instead of calling people names and putting them down
Mm,
and putting this artist down, the only thing more powerful than hate is love. And I
yeah.
remember, and love always wins.
Hmm.
Love and kindness always wins
Hmm.
in the end.
Yeah.
So remember that. Remember
Yeah.
that. In the US, I mean, like you said, it's a melting pot. So
Hmm.
there's all different cultures. Now here in Florida, there's all kinds of cultures here.
Yeah.
And I go to a non-denominational church, which happens
Hmm.
to be next door.
Yeah.
And they welcome everyone like
Yeah.
this.
Yep.
They
And
welcome
that's so
everyone.
beautiful. It's so
So
beautiful.
beautiful. And that
And
is.
that's what I love. And one of the things I've always said is thank God there's so many different jobs that people can do throughout the world,
Right,
right?
right,
Different careers, different opportunities. Because wouldn't it be boring if everybody was an accountant, if everybody was a lawyer? Like,
right,
we don't all think the same, but we can
right.
appreciate that about each other because everybody needs a lawyer at some point. Everybody needs
That's
a doctor
true.
at some point. Everybody needs a teacher at some point. We all need all of these people to bring us all together and live
Exactly.
together. So why
Exactly.
can't we have an appreciation for everybody? People who are out
Absolutely.
doing the manual labor out in fields, people who are performing surgery, people who are having podcasts, like everybody, we all bring a piece of the pie, if you want to call it.
I love that. I love
Yeah.
that. We bring that all together,
Yeah. And
right?
so, are my husband and I exactly alike? No. What a boring life that would be
That
together
would
if
be
we were
boring
exactly the
if we were
same.
all alike and
Right.
yeah,
And so why can't we appreciate the beauty in each person?
right, right, right. Exactly.
Yeah.
Let's appreciate the beauty and let's appreciate the talent that
Mhm.
this guy brought to the
Yeah.
stage.
Yeah.
I mean,
And that's the thing.
woo,
So the
I was
halftime
like,
show, it's like, okay, it brings in the hot talent. So
mm,
who's the hot talent right now? He is everywhere, Bad Bunny. He is
yeah,
everywhere. They want to
yeah.
bring in the hot talent, and they did. And he brought in Lady Gaga and he brought in Ricky
Oh
Martin. So
yeah,
it's people from different generations. It's people that sing different kinds of music because
exactly.
Ricky Martin's not a rapper, neither is Lady Gaga. But they
Right.
all coordinated to
They,
bring this beautiful show together.
yes, and they did. They did.
Yeah.
They did a
And not
great job.
everybody loves the same music either, right? So
Exactly.
that's why there's
Exactly.
all different kinds of music. There's all different kinds of poetry. There's all
Right,
different
right,
kinds of genres of books and movies and, you
right. Let's
know,
celebrate
yeah,
that.
yeah,
Yeah, let's
yeah,
celebrate that.
right.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And that was one of the beautiful things about the Real and Raw Liberation. I connected with women that were 20 years younger than me, that did different things, that had different cultures and lifestyles, and I loved every
And I
second
loved
of it.
every bit of it too.
Yeah.
And look at me, I'm 62, and
Yep.
these women were loving on me. They're in their 20s.
Yep. I'm
Yeah.
53. Yep.
Yeah,
Same.
so it's like
Yeah.
20s and 30s. I'm like, oh my goodness.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
connections were so fun. And it was so fun to be able to sit
Yeah.
and laugh with people, learn about them. Like I said, I asked the woman about the kind of, I don't remember
Yeah.
what she calls it, but that was across her face.
It's
And
like a veil. I think it's
here's,
like a veil.
yeah, and one of the things that she said to me was only recently, very recently, that she started allowing herself to wear that in front of people because she
Oh,
was afraid of the comments that people would say and the things that people would think. And she said she's finally in a place where she's like owning it. And this is who I am. And this is part of
right.
my culture and my heritage. And I was like, ah, that's so beautiful. And why not ask the questions? I dared to ask her the question of,
Right.
can you tell me about that? I'm going to tell you I'm completely ignorant about it. I don't know what it is, and I want to learn.
Right.
And
Right.
so we
Exactly.
created a beautiful conversation.
Exactly. That is a beautiful conversation.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Greeks love to dress up too. You
Hmm.
should see Greece. Like there's a holiday in August. So it's like happy birthday Greece. So think of America. But in
Hmm.
Greece, you should see it.
Yeah.
Oh,
That
belly
is a lot of
dancing, and
fun.
it's a lot of
Oh,
fun.
that's so fun.
Oh, that is so much fun. But people
And
are
that's one
having
of the
fun.
things that I loved about Real and Raw Liberation was
Mm,
that, okay, so that same woman that wore the chain, she was a speaker and she did dancing for
yes.
everybody. It was like you get in your body and you feel. And
Yeah.
I
I
was actually
remember
getting
that.
my tattoo at the time by
Yeah.
the amazing tattoo artist who was fantastic. Shout out to Nicole, or if you are looking for her on Instagram, it's Nicole Arcade. She was amazing, and we had so much fun talking while we were up there. And I
Oh,
was
yeah.
watching the dancing, and everybody kind of spread out amongst all
Which I
around the
loved.
property
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
just moved their bodies, and there was no judgment for how you moved. Nobody was even paying attention.
Oh,
And
no,
so
no.
I was
Everyone
able to watch
dispersed.
it, and it
Yeah.
was so beautiful
Oh,
because people
yeah.
just felt into who they were and how they could move.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And that's what it's all about.
Yeah.
That's what it's
Yeah.
all about.
It's sharing, it's being, it's
Right.
existing, it's loving, it's, yeah,
It's
all of it.
loving. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what stood out to me too. And
Hmm.
that's every event should be like that. Being
Yeah.
all inclusive,
Hmm.
you know.
And thinking about
Being
your whole body,
think
who
about
you
your whole
are.
body, who you
Yeah.
are. Right, right.
I think one of the beautiful things for me too was my mom passed away almost 9.5 years ago.
Mm,
And I was sitting down getting my tattoo. And before she passed, she actually met my cousin Kelly that came with me
oh,
on
she
this trip.
did.
She did. And I hadn't met her yet. And she came home and she told me, there's a cousin Kelly that you need to meet. You are going to love her. You two are very similar. You have to meet her. So I
No,
had
it's
that
basic.
always in the back of my mind. And believe it or not, I spoke to two different mediums that both had told me, your mom is a butterfly. She's going to come and
Wow.
visit you as a butterfly.
Oh my
So I'm
God.
sitting there getting my tattoo, watching everybody dancing, feeling so free, listening to the birds chirping, just feeling so amazing,
Mhm.
having this great conversation with Nicole. And all of a sudden, a butterfly just came and landed and just sat there and then flew away and came back and flew away. Well, then I went and I got right after that a chiropractor adjustment.
Oh
And I
yeah.
was laying on my back, and the same butterfly landed on my foot
Really?
and just stayed there and sat
See?
there and sat there. And actually, the chiropractor, Dr. Evan, came over and took video of it
You
because
did
it
take
just
video.
wasn't leaving. And to me, whether you believe or not that spirits come in butterflies or pennies or
Right,
cardinals or whatever, to me, it just felt so beautiful in general because I'm outside, I'm in nature, I'm surrounded by all this incredible energy, these beautiful women who are sharing their hearts and their souls. And it didn't matter. Nobody was holding back. Everybody was just being who they were. We all felt
right.
free to do that and embraced for it. And there's birds chirping, and there's water, and this
Oh,
butterfly. And it just felt like, oh, if only life could be like this most
I
of the
know.
time,
I know.
you know?
I know. And the butterfly landed on my notebook.
Ah, yep.
See? Landed on
Yep.
my notebook.
Yep. It was
That's
gracing
so
all of us
beautiful.
with just beauty and
Yeah.
nature.
Yeah.
We're all meant to coexist.
Exactly. Exactly. I want to go back there again.
I know. I know. I want to rent it and just go stay there for a week.
Stay there for a week and just take
Yep.
it all in because you have the
Yep.
lake and lake
Yeah.
trap. I didn't expect that. Like we were on the lake,
We're literally on the lake, and
the
they weren't
hills.
mountains, but nice big hills behind there.
Yeah.
It was just so scenic, so incredible.
Gorgeous.
Yeah.
Gorgeous.
Yeah.
Gorgeous.
So we need more of that in this world. So that's my goal, is to keep spreading joy and love and letting people understand that
Mhm.
confidence is built by doing, and you can become who you want to be. Because if you had told me 3 years ago that I'd be doing something like that, I truly would have thought you were out of your mind. A year
Yeah, me
ago,
too.
I
Me
was starting
too.
to work up to it, but 3 years ago, I
Me
would have
too.
told,
Me too. 3 years ago, I would have said
yeah,
no. No.
yeah.
That's like
15
that's
years ago, I didn't even like myself.
see.
Never mind love myself, never mind feel that I had the confidence to get up on stage. Like I would have said, anybody up on that stage, they've got somebody who's doing it for them or pulling them with them, or they have
Mm.
money, or they have something special. And now I realize we all have something special.
We all have a
And you
story to
just
share.
have to try to trust and believe in that and
Mm.
step into her, step into him, step into your
Mm.
power and who you are and what you're meant for in this world.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Standing in boldly and
Yeah.
celebrating you.
Yeah.
Celebrate who you are.
Hmm.
Celebrate who you are. You have the power to do that. If
Yeah.
we could do it, all of you
Hmm.
ladies could do it.
Yeah.
Step into your
Coming from
power.
abuse and not believing in ourselves
Right, right.
to hell yeah, we deserve that stage. We're going to own that stage. And we did.
That's right. Just like
Yeah.
Bad Bunny, he owned that stage, but with the others.
Absolutely. Yeah.
But also, he said towards the end, believe in yourself.
Hmm.
Believe in yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's huge. Belief is everything to me.
Yeah. It is huge because if you
Yeah.
don't believe that you can do it, where are you going to go from
Where are
there?
you going to
What are you
go?
going to do?
So,
Yeah.
so take what you've learned from the halftime show. Okay, what is it that you're going to do with your life? Do
Hmm.
something.
Yeah.
That's the message. Do something. What are you
Be
going to do now?
right. Be who you're meant to be.
Right,
And what I
right.
think is beautiful too is it wasn't him only. He brought in other
No,
stars and he brought in all those dancers and all those
I
talented
know.
people to share in that love of being on that stage.
Exactly, exactly,
Yeah,
exactly. So get out there and do something. Get out there and do that.
absolutely. Hell
You can
yeah.
do it. Hell yeah, that's right.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So think about this, people that are listening here into our fun conversation. I want you to think about that and think about who is it that you are? Who is it that you want to be? And how are you going to get from point A to point B or from
Mhm.
point A to point Z. And remember, it's not a leap, it's step by step doing it. And when
Right.
you take that first step, oh my word, you're going to be like, I could do that. And there you build your confidence. And then you go to step C and step D. And all the while,
Exactly.
you just blow up in your self belief and your confidence and your alignment in this life.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
And you start to believe in yourself again.
Hmm. Yeah.
Belief and faith is everything.
Mm. Yep.
So celebrate
So
that.
you are meant to do great and beautiful things, just like Angeline and I have proven that we don't belong on the back burner. We don't
Right.
belong silent and not heard and not seen. We belong to this world. You belong to this world. And we're all here to help each other because just as much as we need to celebrate ourselves, we all need to celebrate each other.
Exactly. Exactly. Yes.
Awesome.
Celebrate each other.
Yeah.
Celebrate each other.
The world is a beautiful place, and look at what nature gives us. Let's give it
Exactly.
back the same love.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Love always wins.
Yes. So, having said that, I will put Angeline's information in the show notes so you can get in touch with her and with me also. That will be in the show notes. And I want to say thank you so much for listening because I think this is a huge, important topic. I think that we really need to start to grow in love and
Mhm.
in peace and in solidarity because we're all humans. Angeline, your thoughts?
Yes. And the same thing. We need to grow because if you're not growing and evolving, you're dying.
Right.
You're dying
Yep.
inside.
Yeah.
So, yes,
So let's
coming from that
live.
place. So,
Yeah.
live your
Yeah.
life. Life is worth living.
Yeah.
So, live it.
All
So,
right.
take what you learned from that show and implement that into your own life. Get
Yeah.
out there. If you want to be on a speaking stage, get out there and do it. Do
If you
it.
want to write a book, do it.
Write a book. If you want to write a book or you want to play an instrument, it could be
Mhm.
anything, being in the orchestra, just do it. Get
Yeah.
out of your head into your heart.
Right. Love it. Thank you, Angeline, so much
You're
for being here
welcome.
today and having this conversation. I think it's really important. And let's hope that people hear it in the way it was intended of love and light and truly understanding one another and take a
Yes.
step towards that. And I want to say thank you so much for sharing this space with me. My hope for you is that you walk away knowing that you have the choice to choose differently. I want you to go out and live fully, freely, and unapologetically. Life beyond BS for you starts now. I'm so grateful you were here today. Remember, your peace, joy, and happiness aren't found in the BS. They're found in your choices. If this episode spoke to you, please rate, review, follow, and subscribe, and share it with a friend. For ways to connect or work with me, check the show notes or visit heathermcnally.com. Until next time, keep choosing you and keep living your life beyond BS.